Right now the time is 5:40 as you're planning all those Halloween costumes. Of course, all eyes kind of on the forecast right now.
Definitely, we want to make sure it's fun. I love the official holiday, in my opinion, the day after Halloween, when
Yes.
they mark all the candy down, Caitlin and Alex.
That is my kind of holiday.
Also marks the return of peppermint for a lot of the stores.
Yes.
And there goes, and Alex's Christmas tree goes up.
Also that. If we make it to midnight, it might go before that. No, it's not going to do that. It might, though. Here's a live look across downtown this morning. Notice the roads are wet. We did have some rain move through downtown about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. It's now working its way out of the area. Temperatures, they're in the 60s right now, 69 in Macon as well as in Warner Robins. These are going to fall a few more degrees before we begin to warm up for the day. We've got 66 in Eastman, 71 in Rochelle, 61 in Butler, 66 in Thomaston, and 60 in Monticello this morning. Here's a look at where things stand on the radar picture right now. We were talking about Hancock County earlier, the rain moving out of there, a batch of rain about to move into Washington County, and as we look down towards Johnson County as well, the steadier stuff moving into Emmanuel County, but now looking at some rainfall in and around the Dublin area. Once you get down into Cochrane, some heavier rain as well. In fact, let's zoom that down in a little bit closer. You can see this is continuing to move over towards the north and east, going to scrape parts of northern Dodge County here in the next few minutes. Pretty good rain in and around Hawkinsville at the moment as well. Now, as we head through the morning hours, again, the temperature's going to cool off a bit before we begin to warm back up, back to 68 degrees or so by about the noon hour. Notice the wind here out of the northwest. This is the drier, cooler air moving into central Georgia, only topping off today in the mid to low 70s across the area before we bottom out tomorrow morning in the 40s. There's 48 or so right around the 7 a.m. hour here in Macon. Then once we get into the afternoon, maybe a few degrees warmer than we are today, and that's going to be the trend as we move forward. Clouds build back in for Friday. Those clouds not going to allow us to cool off quite as much as we are tonight. And then once we get into the day on Friday, not going to allow us to warm up quite as much as we do. This is Friday. Not going to allow us to warm up as much as on Thursday. Maybe a small shower down to the south there on Friday as of now. I'm not too concerned about that. What our eyes are on is what happens for the end of the weekend. On Saturday, looking at overcast skies most likely, a lot of rain back off towards the west. This is another cutoff low that's making its way towards central Georgia. And it looks like the bulk of the rainfall is going to come late Sunday into early Monday. So if you're looking for a dry trick-or-treating forecast, I'm thinking we are trending in that direction. It does look like any rain that we see on Monday will be earlier in the day, but that's not to say we couldn't see one or two scattered showers in and around central Georgia. This is at 4 p.m. there on Monday, and then once we roll into Tuesday, again, continuing to dry out as the low lifts away. Now, we could use the rainfall. October has been a very dry month for us here in Macon. We've only seen 2 days of rain so far. Today will be the third and only picked up about a half inch, which puts us about 1.5 inches in a deficit. For today, look for a high temperature right around 73, beginning to clear out. It's going to be a sunny afternoon. Sunrise is at 7:47. Here's your 7-day forecast. 70s across the board with the exception of Sunday, a high temperature of 69 there. Again, that 20% chance of rain on Halloween. That's going to be during the morning hours, it looks like. Clearing out, hopefully, fingers crossed, as we get into the afternoon.